we're going to move into some asana practice, some yoga practice on the mat. And this will be a nice balanced practice so that you feel refreshed and energised and eased out and also peaceful by the end of the session. So we're moving into our joint rotation, starting with our ankles. So just rolling the ankles around in one direction and then rolling the ankles back around in the other direction, starting to warm up those ankle joints. And then lift up one leg and just go gently up and down from the knee. And then just carefully circle from the knee, just gently and carefully. And then back the other way. If your back's a bit tight, just bend up the other leg is fine. And then circling into the hip joint, just building up into nice big circles just to suit your body. And then circle back in the other direction. Just feeling how that feels. And then hug that knee in, give it a nice big squeeze in. Straighten the leg up, draw in the belly, slowly lower the leg down. And then lift up the other leg. And just go gently up and down from the knee. So these joint rotations starting to provide lubrication for our joints, circling from the knee. And then circle back the other way. That synovial fluid is what lubricates our joints for safe movement. And then circling into the hip. Just exploring that range of movement at the hip joint. And then back in the other direction. As I said, preparing for the rest of the work to follow. And then hugging that knee in, nice big squeeze in. Straighten the leg up, draw in the belly, slowly under control, lower that leg down. And then bend up your knees and place your feet on the floor near your buttocks and take your arms out wide apart. We're going to drop both knees to one side and turn your head the other way. And then inhale up to center, exhale over to the other side. And again, just gently turning your head from side to side as well as your knees side to side. Then when you're even, separate your feet nice and wide. And again, drop both knees to one side, the head the other way. See if you can breathe in as you come up and breathe out as you come across. And again, inhale, center, exhale, over, inhale, center, exhale, over. And then, if it all feels okay, bring your knees right up to your chest, leave your arms out, and again, just dropping gently from side to side. You might feel that twist just a little bit higher up in your spine. And then when you're back at center, just wrap your hands around your legs, rock gently, massaging your back. And then make your way into sitting. You might find it's easier for you to drop onto your side and push yourself up, or you might just roll yourself up into sitting. So up into sitting, hands on your knees, and just draw your chest through, lifting up nice and tall. Focus on your neck, and we're going to turn our head, look over one shoulder, and then back to center and look over the other shoulder. And again, just gently turning your head from side to side. Then when you're back at center, just dropping your ear over to one shoulder, back to center, over to the other shoulder. And again, just gently from side to side. And when you're back at center, just roll the shoulders around. And then back in the other direction. And then some nice big arm circles. And back the other way. All of these movements just preparing our joints and then circling at the elbows. And circle back the other way. And then a nice little dance of the wrists and the hands and the fingers. And then interlace your fingers, push away. Now's a good time to remind yourself to honour your body in your practice so that you work to your own level without forcing. Let's inhale and lifting up nice and tall. And exhale, gently releasing. And coming now onto your hands and knees. So onto your hands and knees, hands just directly under the shoulders, knees under the hips, feet just flat. And let's inhale, lift the head, lift the tail, middle of the back arches down. Exhale, drop the head and tail, draw the navel up, round the back up. So it's inhale, arching, nice big stretch over the chest. Exhale, hunching, drawing the navel up. This is really lovely for mobilizing the spine. Cat pose, Majariasana. And then moving into a variation of tiger pose, we'll draw one knee in with the opposite hand. And then inhale, lift the arm, lift the leg. So it's exhale, head and knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, head and knee. Inhale, lifting, and one more on this side. And then releasing and over to the other side, drawing the other knee up to your forehead or thereabouts. Inhale, lift. Exhale, head and knee. Inhale, lift. Wherever you get to is fine. It doesn't matter if your movement's a bit smaller. And one more. And then gently release. Take your knees wide, maybe a little bit past the edges of the mat. Big toes touch, and just see if you can sit your bottom right down onto your heels. Creep your arms forward. Just have a little rest here, bringing the chest and belly to the floor or towards the floor. Chin or forehead to the floor, creeping the arms forward. Breathing here. Then coming back up onto the hands, bringing them back under the shoulders, knees back under the hips. And we're coming into a variation of downward dog with our knees bent. So tucking the toes under, drawing the belly in. Inhale, and as you exhale with bent knees, lifting up into a bent leg downward dog. It's always nice to have a little wiggle. And then straighten one leg as best you can. Release that, straighten the other leg, alternating one leg at a time. And when you feel ready, you can straighten both legs together or maybe just keep them both a bit bent. If you've got high blood pressure, you keep your head up, but otherwise just letting your head hang nice and long. Just breathing here. And then bending the knees, walking the feet forward. And we'll just come into a standing forward bend. And we'll start to just gently wiggle the hips gently from side to side, still with the knees bent and the hands just gently swaying from side to side. And then bending the knees a bit more, drawing the belly in. Inhale, curling yourself up slowly. And exhale, shoulders back and down. So bringing your hands to your hips, feet a little bit apart. Let's just circle our hips a little bit more. Nice big hip circles. And then back in the other direction and just free form with the arms. Just have a bit of fun with it. Still getting our body a little bit warmed up. And then standing at the front of the mat. You may like to have your feet together or just a little bit apart and just feeling grounded, feeling steady. And let's inhale and gather in a nice big circle of sunshine and feel the hands and fingers connect. And exhale, hands to your heart, maybe feeling gratitude for this practice. And then inhale, arching up and gently back. Soften the knees as you exhale, folding down, bringing the hands to the mat, fingers and toes all lined up. Inhale, big step back with the right foot, sinking the hips. Exhale, left foot back, aiming for a nice strong plank. Dropping the knees, flatten the feet, bottom up. Inhale as you scoop between your arms into cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Looking forward, step the right foot forward, then the left, folding. Inhale, up and gently back. Exhale, drop the hands. So the other half, inhale, up and back. Exhale, all the way down. Left leg back, right leg, plank, knees. Inhale, scooping into cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Looking forward, left leg forward, then the right. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, drop your hands. So that's a round of salutes to the sun. We'll do another one. Forward and down. Right leg, left leg, plank, knees. Inhale, scooping into cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Looking forward, right foot, then the left. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, drop the hands and flowing all the way down. Left leg, right leg, plank, knees, scooping into cobra, toes under, downward dog, left leg, right, inhale, up and back, exhale, drop the hands. So we'll flow through to downward dog, all the way down, right leg, left, plank, knees, scooping into cobra and toes under, and just hold downward dog, just pressing with the fingers, tail up high, noticing how that feels. If it all feels fine, you can take your right leg straight up to the ceiling. And then we're going to come into warrior one. You're going to look forward and step your right foot forward, just up near your right hand. Take the left foot a little bit to the left. Plant the feet firmly into the mat and come into your warrior one. So bringing your hands to your heart, sinking down nice and low into your warrior one. Things to notice, just have your right knee directly over your ankle, have your hips squared off to the front, press with both feet. Back leg nice and straight. You can keep your hands here, or it's all feeling fine, you can sweep your arms up, or maybe even gently arch back, only if it's all feeling steady, but remember it's fine to just gaze directly forward here. In our warrior pose, we're looking for a sense of capacity, but ease as well. Breathing here, seeing if you can find some ease, even though you're working really quite strongly. So if you are looking up, you bring your gaze forward, and then bringing your hands down either side of that front foot, step the left leg forward, fold down over the legs, inhale, come up and gently back, and exhale, drop your hands. And flowing, inhale, up and back, exhale, all the way down, left leg back, right leg, plank, knees, inhale, scooping into cobra, and exhale, again holding your downward dog, having a little wiggle, having a little play till it feels comfortable, and optional, taking that left leg up to the ceiling. Breathing here. And then looking forward, stepping the left foot forward up near the left hand, planting the right foot a little bit to the right, coming up into your warrior one. So checking the left knee sits over the ankle, hips are square, sinking down low. Your hands can stay at the heart, or it might feel nice to sweep them up and maybe even arch back. So work to the level that feels right for you, finding your ease, finding your steadiness, finding your natural ease in amongst the strength and work of Warrior One. And then gazing down at your left foot, one hand either side of the foot, step the right foot forward, fold over the legs, inhale, come up and gently back, and exhale, drop your hands. So continuing our salute, once again moving through to downward dog, right leg, left, plank, knees, inhale, cobra, exhale, downward dog. And just feeling into downward dog, noticing how it's feeling. And this time we're going to step our right foot forward about 3/4 of the way forward towards your hand, taking the left foot a bit to the left, coming up into standing. So not quite as big a step as before. Contracting your quadriceps, drawing in your lower belly. Inhale, and as you exhale, folding from the top of the thigh and just walking your hands down that front leg just to wherever you get to. Hands might stay on the leg or they might come to the floor. Try and keep the back fairly straight. And feeling probably that lovely stretch in the right hamstrings, but you may feel it more in your back. Just depends on where you're tight. And then bringing your hands to your hips, drawing in the belly. Inhale, slowly coming up. Hands behind into prayer if you can, or just grab your opposite wrist and gently arch back, lifting your sternum, gazing up, breathing, and then inhale back to center, and exhale gently hinging forward from your top of your leg there. Nice straight spine, guiding with your hands, but also pressing back into your hands. And from this forward bend, adding a twist. So your left hand comes down somewhere along the leg or to the floor, or you could use a block. Right hand comes to your hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently twisting to the right, floating the right shoulder up, and maybe floating the arm up if that feels okay for you. Breathing here. It's important to keep the spine straight when you add the twist to keep it nice and safe. And then gazing forward, bending that front knee, one hand either side of the foot, step the left leg forward, fold over the legs. Inhale, up and gently back. Exhale, drop your hands and flowing through all the way down. Left leg, right leg, plank, knees. Inhale, scooping into cobra. Exhale, and just hold your downward dog once again. Having a little bit of a move around, just see how it's feeling. And then look forward, step your left foot 3/4 of the way forward, plant the right foot down at a bit of an angle, coming up into standing, drawing the belly in, legs are strong, inhale, exhale, folding, and just walking your hands down that front leg. As I said, it doesn't matter where you get to, trying to keep the back fairly straight. Some people will have to go further before they feel the stretch. Other people will feel the stretch quite early on. So you just do what's right for your body. And then bringing your hands to your hips, drawing in the belly. Inhale, coming up. Hands behind into prayer. And exhale, gently arching back, gazing up, breathing. And then inhale, back to center. Exhale, gently hinging forward, pressing with the feet. Nice straight spine, drawing the belly down towards that front thigh. Breathing here. And then adding the twist, bringing the right hand down either to the leg or to the floor. Left hand to the hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently twisting left shoulder floats up. Float that left arm up. Just doing what you can. Breathing. And then turning your head to center, bend the knee as you bring both hands down, step the right foot forward, fold over the legs, then inhale, come up and gently back, and exhale, drop your hands. So standing now in Tadasana, mountain pose, so just feeling the weight over the feet, bringing your body into alignment, letting the shoulders soften, the fingertips reach down, chin just draws back a little. If you feel steady enough, you can close your eyes. And just feeling into the warmth and the energy that you feel from the practice, and perhaps feeling a sense of something quiet as well. And then gently opening your eyes. And we're coming into tree pose, so just slowly take your weight onto one leg. It's fine to go over to the wall if that's better for you. And we're lifting up the other leg, turn the knee out to the side, and you're going to bring your foot to the inner ankle, the inner calf, not the knee, or bring the foot right up to the inner thigh. Bring your hands to your heart. Keep your gaze nice and steady. So you can leave your hands here, or if it all feels fine, you can float the arms up and perhaps just soften the shoulders a little. Nice steady gaze. So there's always a little bit of movement in our tree pose, Vrikshasana. The body learns to rebalance, react to those small little movements. And then under control, coming down. Take a moment to just notice how that feels. And then we'll come over to the other side, so taking your weight onto the other leg, lifting up, turning the knee out, and bringing your foot up just to whatever level feels right for you. Bringing your hands to your heart, your gaze nice and soft and steady, and then just adjusting, floating the arms up if that feels okay. And so our balance posture is really wonderful for our focus. And of course our single pointed focus is great preparation for meditation, but also for any task, any focus-oriented task. And when you're ready, coming down. And again, just observe how that feels. So now we're going to turn sideways on your mat. Take your feet wide apart for a wide leg forward bend. Turn the toes in a little bit and your feet about a leg length apart. Soften the knees to help protect the lumbar spine. Also draw in the lower belly. Let's inhale and exhale, hinging forward, sliding the hands down the legs, drawing the chest through to that space between the legs. If it suits you, you can straighten your legs, but if it's better for you to keep your legs a little bit bent, then that's fine. You can bring your hands to the floor if that suits you. Just working to your own capacity, breathing here. Feeling the resistance in the inner thighs, wherever else you might be feeling it. And then bending the knees, draw in the belly, press your hands into your thighs as you inhale, lift up, and exhale, shoulders back and down. We'll do one more forward bend, this time optional with the arms, taking your hands behind, interlacing your fingers. Again, coming down with soft knees. So inhale and exhale, folding forward. Optional, straightening the legs, and then just explore, taking the arms up and over. Have a little bit of a wriggle around, just play with it. And then bringing your hands down, bend the knees, and we're just coming back into child's pose, so you can walk your hands to the top of your mat, step that knee back, drop down into child's pose. Coming up after child's pose, now we're coming forward onto our belly, sliding the arms forward, drawing in the lower belly, and let's inhale and lift one arm and the opposite leg, and exhale, gently lower. Change, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. We'll hold the next one. So let's inhale, lift, and just hold it here, breathing. So those back muscles are working strongly. Glutes, hamstrings. Great for strengthening the back. And gently lower, changing sides. Inhale, lift and hold. Breathing here. And gently lower. We're going to bend up one leg, reach back. If you can, not everyone can, but if you can reach the front of your ankle, you do. Draw the belly in, a little bit of protection again for that lumbar spine. And let's inhale and lift up and back into the half bow. You can press a little bit further with that front hand if it suits. The back foot lifts up and back. If you're feeling strong, you can lift that front arm. Breathing here. And gently lower. And changing sides, reaching back with the other hand, taking hold of that foot, inhale, lifting up and back, little bit of an extra press with that front hand if you wish. You can stay here, or if you feel steady, taking that front arm off the floor, breathing here. And gently lower. And coming into the Sphinx. Just lining your elbows up directly under your shoulders. Forearms are parallel. Pressing the top of the feet down into the floor. There's a sense of the chest coming forward, the crown of the head lifting up, shoulders dropping. This beautiful, safe, very accessible back bend, the Sphinx. Nice healthy movement for the back. Really nice way to counter our everyday hunching forward. And then slowly releasing down. Choosing now, you can repeat the Sphinx, that's great. Or bending up both legs for anyone who wants to, taking hold of both feet, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Inhale and lift up and back into the bow. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Breathing here. You might find there's a slight rocking that happens as you breathe. And then slowly release the legs, release the arms, just resting the head however's comfortable. And then once again pressing back into child's pose. Feeling the back muscles ease out. Might be more comfortable to place one fist on top of the other and rest your head there. Or let the arms rest beside you and lower your head all the way down. Slowly curling yourself up, sliding off your heels and taking the legs out in front. Now we're going to move into a twist. So bending up your right leg and taking it over to the outside of your left leg. You want to keep your spine nice and straight and tall. Some people find it easier to sit on a cushion or something to just raise the hips a little bit. You can keep your left leg out straight, or if it suits you, tuck it around, but make sure you keep your right buttock down on the floor. So sitting up nice and straight, we'll take the left arm and wrap it around that right thigh. Take the right arm around behind, plant the hand to the floor and gently twist. So working on creating length in the spine, that's the central axis around which you're twisting, and just deepening into the twist, lengthening and twisting. You may prefer a different hand position. You can take your back hand around behind your waist, maybe even bind the hands, but really the focus is on whatever gives you the best movement into the twist. Using your breath to just deepen, lengthening as you breathe in, gently twisting as you breathe out. And then gently turning your head back to center, arms and torso back to center. Changing legs, straightening out the right leg, taking the left one over the top. It's fine to stay with that, or tucking the right leg around. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. Inhale, right hand comes out. Exhale, wrap it around. Inhale, left arm out. Exhale, sweep it around. Plant the hand and twist. Just working to your own capacity, lengthening and twisting. Breathing in, lengthening. Breathing out, exploring the twist. Feeling the pressure over the belly, the twist in the back muscles. And then gently bringing your gaze back to center, arms and torso to center. You may like to just press down with your hands and give yourself a little lift up. And then release, Bend the legs in front and just round forward over the legs. Feeling the back just ease out from any tension in the muscles from the twist. Curling yourself up, and we're coming into a forward bend. So we're going to bend up one leg and just place the foot against the inside of your opposite thigh. Facing the straight leg, let's inhale. As you exhale, just gently folding forward over the leg and just working with creating length as you breathe in, softening forward as you breathe out, lengthening and softening, lengthening and softening. Feeling the resistance, maybe in your calf muscles, your hamstrings, your glutes. As well as having strong muscles, it's also really healthy to have muscles that can stretch to support mobility, agility. And then releasing, walking your hands back, coming into upright. And then we'll change sides, so straightening out the bent leg, bending up the straight one. Sometimes you might need props, so you may prefer to have something under that bent leg. You may prefer to raise your hips a little bit as we did before. And then let's inhale and exhale, folding down over the straight leg. Breathing in to create some length, breathing out, folding forward. So just little by little, easing your way down into Janushirshasana, seated forward bend with one leg. Breathing and just softening, trying to keep your back fairly straight so as not to put undue load onto the lumbar spine. And then releasing, walking the hands back. And we'll finish this little forward bending sequence with Paschimottanasana, our intense forward bend or west side stretch. Some people are better off keeping the legs a little bit bent, so that may suit you better, or you can have them out straight. And let's inhale and exhale and gently folding forward. And again, you just take hold of wherever you happen to reach. It might be your calves or your ankles or your feet. And just work on lengthening as you breathe in, softening forward as you breathe out. Allowing the belly to just move somewhere towards the thighs, chest somewhere towards the knees. Lastly, allowing the head to drop if that feels comfortable for you. Of course, it doesn't matter how far forward you get. As I said earlier, sometimes you don't have to go very far at all, and that's where you feel the stretch. So wherever you get to is just fine. And we'll slowly release, walking the hands back, coming back into upright, and then easing into a counter pose, bending up your legs, placing your hands behind you, gently arching back, lifting your sternum, your breastbone up, gazing up. You can stay with that, or if it all feels fine, just float the hips up, lifting them up towards the ceiling, keeping the neck nice and long and just gazing up at the ceiling. And then gently release, slowly coming down. And to finish off our practice, we're moving into an inversion before we meditate. So Now we're going to move over to the wall for an inversion. So sidling your hip right up to the wall, swinging your legs up the wall. You may like to slide a folded blanket or a bolster underneath you, or you may prefer to just keep your bottom right down on the floor and just resting here. You also may prefer to have something under your head, but you're getting the beautiful benefit of being upside down just with the legs up the wall. You may like to bend your legs, press with your feet, push up into a supported shoulder stand, not if you've got high blood pressure, and just spend a few moments breathing here, but otherwise just staying with your legs up the wall and just breathing here, soaking in the beautiful benefits of this nice, easy, restorative inversion. Viparita Karani, beautiful practice. Beautiful practice to balance out the busyness of anyone's day. Beautiful restorative practice to support well-being, supporting the circulatory and lymphatic systems, helping them with their return flow back to the heart. And you might feel yourself here moving towards meditation. And when you're ready to meditate, just drawing your knees into your chest, gently resting on your side for a moment, so don't pop up too quickly, and then coming up for meditation. You may like to sit on a cushion or a bolster, just whatever's best for you. You want your spine to be upright. You may want to cover yourself up. You may like to bring your hands into a mudra, maybe one on top of the other, or perhaps on your thighs. Let your shoulders drop, let the eyes close. When we move into meditation, we move away from the mind, the busy mind part of our inner space. We drop away from that and move into quiet awareness. It might feel as though there is a big pool of quiet already in there, but just quietly watch your own inner landscape, dropping away from thinking, quietly watching, just be. And when you're ready, gently blink your eyes open. Just noticing how your body feels after your practice. Noticing if your mind was busy in that few moments of stillness or whether it was quiet or a bit of both. And we'll finish our practice with 3 big energizing breaths. So let's inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And last one. And thank you, everyone. We honor each other by saying Namaste. Hope you feel great after your practice. Thank you.